Quack, 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 Mr. Duck Schwartz. Quack, 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 quack.
I'd like to welcome everyone to another riveting episode of The Wraparound, the podcast that ranks Mighty Ducks players. I think that's what that podcast was about, right? Or no? It may have been about hockey, but you know what? This is close enough.
What is going on? We are ready. We have
Special
super fans.
edition.
Mighty Ducks super fans on the show tonight. I don't even remember a time when I wasn't a Mighty Ducks fan. That's how
You know, it's only
incredible.
3 days ago that you.
Juice, tell us about your first experience watching any Mighty Ducks content.
I was like, oh my goodness, with Mighty Ducks, man, I was like a very small boy. It seems like it was only yesterday that I saw the first one.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 days ago that I watched Mighty Ducks 1, Mighty Ducks 2, Mighty Ducks 3, and the entire Mighty Ducks new game-changing show. All 4 of those pieces of beautiful, glorious, duck-filled, quacking content in just a matter of 4 days, and I am still standing.
Juice, what is your favorite Ducks film now of the trilogy? Now that you've seen them all,
Oh man, it's got to be D2 because even though the first one is super good, like it just gets so. The new characters bring a great addition to it. I think.
That is very true.
We're going to talk about those characters in a little while.
Yeah.
We sure are.
We sure are.
Before we dive into ranking children hockey players, I would like to remind everyone that all Streamlabs donations, as always, do go to charity. This month is Pride Month. So because of that, we are donating to the Trevor Project in honor of Pride Month. Obviously, everyone out there probably has heard of the Trevor Project before, but it goes and helps LGBT youth. So it's a very great organization. And if you want to yell at us as to why you think that, maybe Russ deserves more love for that knuckle puck, or maybe Dwayne's lasso deserves more credit, please feel free to donate because your donations will be going to a good cause.
Now, speaking of Russ, there's somebody who's joining us tonight who I know is has a very strong opinion positively of Russ, and I've learned is as a huge Mighty Ducks fan, so had to bring him on tonight. Everyone on the sphere knows him. He really doesn't need an introduction, but he's getting one anyway. That is Mr. Matt Thomas.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I have a very positive opinion of Russ. Very positive. And Deacon didn't realize how big of a Mighty Ducks fan I was until he saw Sean Wingblade's trivia, and me and Colin Morris just crushing it over there. So
yeah,
it's awesome. Love it. Always great to meet a fellow Mighty Ducks super fan. So
Juice is a longtime fan, so he's super excited to talk to somebody.
And you have back-to-back nights of guys from Who Are They Real Entertainment on here. I love it. You had Taylor on last night. You got me on tonight. It's good week.
That's true.
Get some good collaborations. Always down for that, and love your channel. And yeah, absolutely. It's about time we've had you on as official guest.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
So we're going to be doing the tier list. So, Juice, why don't we go ahead and pull that up?
Let's do it. Yeah, okay.
And just to let everyone know, we will be ranking all players from all 3 films, and also from our new players from Game Changers, because, quick spoiler alert, everyone tune out if you don't want the ending of Game Changers spoiled. But technically, everyone we are rating is a Mighty Duck now. So that will be, and there are some random adults, but they're coaches or affiliated with the Ducks. So that is going to be.
I'm very curious to see where they go.
They're allowed to be ranked, I guess.
And we'll see. We potentially have a couple of more people jumping in. We'll see. But the 4 of us will be here for the duration of this, and perhaps we'll have some surprises as we go along. So, Juice, why don't you go ahead and bring up our Duck.
I am terrible with the names, but we have
Jesse
Hall. That's a great one to start with.
Jesse Hall is 10 out of 10. We were discussing the other day how he is technically the first Duck that you ever see on screen score a goal. So I think for that in and of itself, he is worthy of a pretty high ranking.
You know, that like he didn't appear in the third movie, which is like if he was in the third movie, I think there would be a conversation about him being possibly in the S tier, but I definitely think he belongs in the conversation for the A tier.
Oh yeah.
I would say A and B is where I'm landing at. Funny enough, we talk about him disappearing in the third movie. His brother disappears in the second movie.
I know.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh,
not even the second one.
Not even a mention of him.
Yeah, Jesse, like, but we didn't really say this. Criteria are going to be like, what's their importance in terms of the Duck story? How are they at hockey? You know, there's going to be, you know, those are going to be
skill and their actual like importance in the story.
Yeah, and Jesse kind of ranks high in all three of those. He's not the tippy top of any of them, but he's high in all of them. So,
and can I just say, Jesse's dad, the real MVP. Love Jesse.
He's a good dad.
It's an A+ dad. I feel good about putting Jesse A tier.
Start him an A.
I think that's it.
I agree with that, considering. And you can argue this, especially in those first two films, he is the heart. Other than Charlie, he is the main heart.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's the one who is kind of like, and this is kind of the role Russ takes over, the conscience of the team. He's the one who has no issue calling Coach Bombay or anyone else on their BS, because look what he did in the first film with a couple other players. And then he's kind of the one who got annoyed by Russ, and Russ is like, look, dude, you guys aren't playing with any heart, and it's this nice symbiotic relationship, and you got to love Jesse for that, and scoring the first goal is always important.
Yeah, I like Jesse. As you know, we'll see how things go, but for right now, I think I have no problem with Jesse being in the A tier.
Also, justice for Jesse, and I wish he would have been in D3.
He should have been in that's you know, he's the only one who didn't return to, unfortunately.
I was gonna say it. I wish he could have been there.
Yeah.
Choose hit us with our next player.
What is that?
Hit us with the next one.
Next one. Let's do it. Aberman. That's a name I know. That's a name I know.
Aberman.
B or C? B or C?
Yeah, he's important to the story, but he's not a great hockey player.
He's just comedic relief for the most part.
Right.
I kind of think the high C is probably going to be about where Aberman belongs.
I think that's fair. I love him. He does have some great comic relief. I still think the Hey Batter Batter for the first movie.
Aberman, it's hockey.
Great.
Yeah, I like him in the first one probably the best, and I think he's all right in the third one. But yeah, I don't think he does very much in the second one, from what I remember.
No, I was happy to see him in Game Changers. But yeah, as far as skills goes, not great. He's got heart.
Yeah, he's right in the middle is about right for him, you know.
C is fair.
I think that's fair.
I feel good about that. All right, Juice, next player.
Let's do it.
If you don't have Charlie Conway in S tier, you got another thing.
I mean,
there's no discussion. He is.
You don't put him in C just because of the C, Juice. You put him in S.
I start everyone at C. That's just we had this for the Schmodown tier list. I start everyone at C, and then just so I don't have to hold their name.
Excuse me. No one comes
onto their own show.
And disrespects Charlie Conway and my presence.
Pause. That is the man who sacrifices the most throughout the entire freaking series.
Absolute team player.
He grows the most. He sacrifices the most. And it's just, if you can't put him in S based off of character development alone, you have issues, AJ.
There is no Mighty Ducks without Charlie.
Yeah.
Right. I've got a question about him.
That's the most heart.
Because I thought they said his mom dies in the second one, and then that's why he was like on his own. Or what happened? Like, because his mom's not in the second one; she's in the first and the third. What happened there?
I think they just didn't have the
budget.
The budget. They just wasn't the time or the money.
Right, but what? Well, I forget what the excuse or the reason was.
AJ, I was talking about Aberman. Fair.
Yeah, if you're talking about Aberman, that's fair.
That's
Aberman,
well, he's a C. Again, love him, but yeah, Charlie Conway, oh captain, my captain, as Bombay bestowed upon him in D3, essentially the new Minnesota Miracle Man. You know, be that man, Charlie. Be that man.
He was always Minnesota Miracle Man.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, Charlie's pretty. Yeah.
I could literally
Charlie's
spend the next
solid.
hour talking about how much I love Charlie Conway, but now is not the time. So I will continue talking about other characters.
I actually like Charlie in the first half of D3 is a little bit insufferable, but he redeems himself at the end.
Whoa! He's going through a lot. Coach Ryan comes in there.
It's just like freaking Harry going through a lot in Goblet of Fire.
That's true.
No, Goblet of Fire and Order of Phoenix. It happens. He's a teenager. It's angst.
He is
All these changes.
He's hormones. He's got this like new girlfriend. They both like Pantera.
They like Pantera, which is
it's
me hard. So.
I feel for him. Like Bombay is his man, and then like he's got this new douchebag coach.
He's not really a douchebag.
He's not really a douchebag.
He's not really a douchebag, but he doesn't know that at the time.
You have to play two-way hockey. They have to learn that.
Yeah,
that coach is going in PLD tier.
No. I feel like the PLD tier is going to have a lot of coaches.
Sorry, coaches. All right. I mean, again, Conway. I'll circle back to why I love him, but let's move on to our next player.
This kid.
Peter?
Peter, yeah.
Peter. You were in one movie.
He's in one movie.
D or F. Maybe PLD because he's the most annoying part of D1.
I didn't mind him from what I saw because he's kind of like that cool kid that doesn't really do anything.
No,
just kind of has a mouth.
Not cool.
He just runs his mouth, yeah.
Well, I guess not a cool I am.
Like
I'm putting him F.
He's a kid I would have been scared of playing like Little League baseball.
He's the kid I would want to punch in Little League baseball.
We had to look up his name.
That's what I'm saying. That's a kid I would be scared of.
Like, I couldn't remember his last name. We had to look it up the other day.
Peter Mark,
evidently. But yeah, Peter Mark. Yeah, F or PLD, I'm fine with either.
I'm PLD. He's
PLD's not necessarily like the lowest. PLD's just the over the top, right?
He's over the top.
I'll put him in F.
Because PLD I have more respect for you if you're in PLD tier.
The PLD tier means you're like that ridiculous that you get your own tier off the scale, basically.
That's why I think PLD's tier should be at the top. Above the rest.
We're allowed to be ranked higher than Charlie Conway in this tonight. So we can't. I'm sorry. Not in this house. Okay.
All right. We ready for the next one?
Yeah. Mendoza?
Yeah,
yes.
Mendoza.
It's so hard to tell.
He's one of the tougher ones for me to pick.
He's a C tier for me.
C probably is because of that. He doesn't stick out in either direction.
The biggest thing you can remember about him is he finally stopped and then somehow forgot to learn how to stop in D3 again and then steals the head hockey player's girlfriend. So for that last year,
I kind of want to bump him up to a B because he did steal a varsity player's girlfriend.
But here's the thing. He'd be a D if he didn't steal his girlfriend. How do you finally learn how to stop and then forget?
I think it's fair to put Mendoza there.
Yeah, like for now, I think Mendoza could move, and as we bring more people in. But for now, I'm okay with C.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have strong feelings either way.
Hit us with our next one.
We have the goalie.
I'm a big Julie the Cat.
Yeah,
Julie is the best goalie. Mark my words right now, the best goalie in the entire Mighty Ducks franchise. So she's got to be an A for me.
She's a B or C tier for me, and it's got more so to do with. I love her part in D2. She has like nothing but Goldberg trying to get her fat in D3. And it's just like you took what was really a really interesting character and bumped him down a lot. The next film.
Yeah.
She's definitely, in terms of like the hockey skill, she's up there. Like in terms of these players that we're ranking, she is skill wise towards the top. Obviously, I'm leaning towards low A, high B with Julie.
I would just like to. There's AJ.
There we go.
All right, got here just in time. Julie is an A-tier character because she would definitely be the most valuable in a Hunger Games type scenario.
Okay. Yeah.
You're talking to a guy who writes and is basing a lot of this off of story. Forget the real world aspects. I'm thinking story and what I saw in the films.
Yeah.
I'll settle for Julie and a B. But I would like to point out to Lego's comment about Benny the Jet Rodriguez. If we were ranking Sandlot characters, which don't think that I'm not down to do that, obviously he would be number one. But unfortunately,
Benny the Jet might go above the S. We might even do cheer for Benny the Jet.
In this circumstance, in this sports family film, he is a solid C.
We're not getting into cinematic universes here. That doesn't be.
I'm leaning A with her name's Julie, right? Is that what you're saying?
Julie.
I'm leaning A because she is the only one that could literally stop that last goal at the end of D2.
Stop Gunner.
And that's the reason that they won. Because
Goldberg
would not.
It's gonna go back and forth, but I can settle for A. My thing is I just hate how they gave her nothing in D3.
In the third one.
Right, but D3 is D3. That's true. Yeah. We can take it with a grain of salt.
All right, next player, Juice.
Oh.
Portman's B tier automatically.
I love Portman. You're speaking my language right now.
Bash Brother is automatically a B. If you're a Bash Brother, your grade is at least a B.
He does mean a lot, especially even with his presence of not being there in 3, he means a lot to the movie.
That's a good when he comes in D3.
It's a game changer when he gets game changer.
My lawyer told me I should probably look over this. I'm back, babe. I'm like, because I was like, you feel like something's missing for a good part of the movie, and then that movie, it's like a jolt. It's like taking adrenaline straight to your veins. You're like, yes.
It's
like when Thor shows up in the car.
Is a solid B. I think that's just because he's basically solidly in one film with an appearance
in another one. Yeah.
If he had more screen time, I'd rank him higher.
We'll talk about the other Bash Brother in depth.
Yeah, but I do love Portman.
I think B is fair, honestly.
And I do think his presence, even though short in D3, meant a lot.
He's a great character, though. I love Portman.
All right. Woo. Ken Woo, right?
Kenny Woo.
I love Woo. I'd rank Woo.
Woo's he's a Bash. He's the third Bash Brother. He belongs in that.
I think I was going to say Woo's
Yeah.
He is the third Bash Brother, so yeah.
And very helpful in defeating Iceland. So I'm going to give it to Woo on that. He's great.
Kenny's one of those. He's on such a sliding scale because you want to go B, you want to go C,
he's right in that same cusp.
It's interesting, and what he did in Game Changers this season, it's like, I liked it.
Yeah.
Was that him actually skating in?
Yes.
Or is he? Yeah, because it would make sense. They got an actual legitimate skater. So
I love Blue. I would put him. I'd put him at a solid B.
Yeah,
solid B. Yeah.
Okay, all in agreement there.
I would put Portman above him, though.
Portman above him. Okay.
I think Portman goes above Blue.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. You're yet.
S tier.
Oh, is that Russ?
That's Russ.
Yeah.
All right, give me your case why you think he's S tier. I would put him in an A, personally.
So here's the thing. Without Russ, the team doesn't grow as much as they did in D2 and D3. Russ is the guy who always makes sure, especially once we lose Jesse in D3, he is the moral compass. He's the one who's he's that extra little bit of edge because he's from South Central LA. And he does things at just the right moment. I love Russ. Kenan Thompson steals almost every scene he's on screen as Russ.
He does. Yeah, he draws attention to himself, but in a good way.
Knuckle puck.
Yes, and I was about to say, and he has the knuckle puck. The knuckle puck alone
is very
puts you in S tier.
I do really like his introduction in D2 is, I think, besides Fulton Reeves, one of my favorite introductions.
Just
of a character.
a player. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for me there are 3 absolute no question S tiers, and if we're gonna do 5, having Russ in the conversation
I think he's fair if there's 5 of them.
Do you know how many kids back then, like I played street hockey all the time back then. Do you know how many kids were putting pucks on their side and trying to do knuckle pucks?
Every single one of them.
My neighbors and I in our driveway did the same thing.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I'd only known Knuckle Puck was like a Midwest pop punk band. I didn't like hearing the actual Knuckle Puck.
Knuckle Puck time.
I know that name. I don't really listen to the band, but it's a great hockey move from what I can tell.
Yeah.
For now, S tier. If we need to move, if we need to wiggle.
Yeah, like I'm totally. I mean, there's 3 no brainers in the S tier. So
so I feel like he's a solid. For there being 5.
All right, who we got next?
All right, next.
B.
Is that Connie?
Connie.
Yeah.
This is all B. Yeah.
Connie.
I could argue A for her, but at least a B.
Connie's on that A B.
Yeah, I would put her to solid. I mean, I think we all mean senator. Yeah, no, I think that B is fair.
Yeah.
She has a nice, she's not a central character, but she has a presence.
Right. Yep. And the show.
Yeah.
And the show too.
And the show,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, she has in every Mighty Ducks piece of content. She has been in it at one point.
And it's not just like some of them are just there. She at least has a purpose at some point in the content of each one.
She's, I'd say, right where she's at.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Mike saw me argue like the whole player comparisons this past weekend, and I stick by those. And she was outside of the Pink Power Ranger. She was probably my first crush as a kid.
She does have that.
She was that bad. Like she's a positive role model for females at the time because not a lot of females were into sports, and she was a tomboy, but you wouldn't think so by looking at her. And she's just got this spunk to her that's just kick-ass, and I loved her character based off of that alone.
She's not a lady, she's a duck.
Damn straight.
Yeah. And she is in Wet Hot American Summer, which automatically is a B-tier minimum.
Yeah, I like that. I actually would probably put her above Will.
Maybe above Will.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
definitely. I might put her above Portman, honestly.
Yeah. I'd put her top of B right now.
She's the top of B right now. I can't argue that.
That's fair. She has more screen time than Portman, so that's fair. All right. Juice, next.
Uh-oh.
This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, no-brainer.
No-brainer.
For everyone to go, okay, not in front of Conway, but...
I mean, there's no argument.
Maybe.
No argument. No argument.
I think he's my favorite character.
Let's do a loud discussion about Fulton Reed for a minute. I love him. I love him so much.
Out of the original players, he's my 3rd favorite character. It actually is Charlie, Russ, and Fulton. So if those 3 stay in S tier, I'm a happy boy tonight.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, Fulton's my favorite character in the whole thing. So
I think, I agree. I think I liked him the most. So I'm good with him even above Charlie. But
I mean, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Well, he I wonder if part of it was because he is probably the most successful actor, maybe of all of the kids, or at least not more than
I was just about to say, bro, are you high?
Yeah, of the ones that returned for the show, that cameoed in the show.
You can't blame him for that though, because
no. I'm saying that's a good thing.
No. Excuse me. I mean, you can't blame the amount of cameos on anything else other than COVID, because it was originally supposed to.
Gotcha.
Originally, the idea was to have all the original kids outside of, I think, Keenan's character, because he's technically from LA, have them play a role in the local community, be parts of the community, and have them come in episode by episode and kind of teach the kids. I honestly think it's worked out better how it went, but they were all supposed to be more involved.
Yeah, maybe they can do it in season 2. But my point's still with he is the one that Gordon meets beforehand, and then he's the one that like is like, no, you've got to come. And then when they all get to the banquet or whatever, he's the one that first grabs the mic and is like, Gordon Bombay is. So he kind of, I feel like he took over that like heart role of Charlie for the show.
He's also the first one to agree to be a duck. Like when they find out the team name, he's the one, I'll be a duck. And then Charlie agrees with him. You know, he's right. If Charlie wasn't there, he'd be the heart of it.
Yeah. And also, I mean, he's just, for being, looks like the toughest guy on earth, just a sweetheart. That's
anything for any player on that team.
I also really love Fulton and Charlie's friendship, and I even like that was alluded to. Like they're still good friends, clearly in present day, because in Game Changers he mentions like, oh, that's why Charlie didn't want to be here, blah blah. So I was like, oh, him and Fulton still talk. It warmed my heart. I do love him.
Fulton's the best. S tier, no argument. There's no argument. If anybody argues against that, we'll talk.
No one on this show would argue against that.
Yeah, I thought for a second there, I thought he was just going to put him straight in. I was about to be like, bump his ass.
No, yeah.
Juice, hit us with our next one.
All right, who do we got next?
Whoa.
Bart.
Put Peter back where he belongs.
All right, Carp.
Ooh, Carp. I barely knew you.
Carp, I'm going to put D on the. I have an explanation.
D for Duck.
Because of there's 5 characters who only appear in the first one. He's the only one you really have any reason to remember.
Yeah.
I don't.
The other 4 that don't reappear really are pretty forgettable. Carp has a couple of really good lines. You know, how many figures holding up?
Don't disrespect Timmy and Tammy like that, dude.
Tammy maybe, but Timmy.
I'm gonna disrespect Timmy. Tommy. Tommy. That was Timmy. Tommy. I can't remember his name.
Sorry. Freaking, who was it the other day? Jake said Timmy, and that's why I said, because I got it right.
No,
I forget about Tommy and Tammy all the time. I'm sorry to both of them.
Carp is the only one of the 5 who I kind of missed being in D2. Not that he was a good player or anything, but the personality was.
I think he's above Peter. That's for sure.
He'd be a don't bother.
Are we sure he just didn't die off screen from some brain hemorrhage that happened when he got hit in the head with a puck?
Oh, that got dark.
You know, he might be on this.
But yeah, I think D is fair for Carp.
All right.
Yeah. I remember, like, by seeing that picture, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember seeing that kid in the movie. But then
Tommy, I'm going out.
Yeah, sorry, Tommy. I have.
He's just Tammy's brother. That's all he's remembered for.
Oh,
Without him blackmailing her or saying, I did this for you, now you do this to me, we don't get Tammy and her ability. Granted, Tammy's basically replaced by Wu. With that alone, with that logic, if you're going to even consider Tammy being a D, you got to put Tommy up there also, because without
Tammy's not a B though.
I didn't say B. I said D. If you're going to consider putting Tammy in D, you got to put Tommy in D.
For Doug.
By that logic, I'll give you that. Yeah.
I think Tommy and Tammy are D worthy. That's fair.
Save him. No, we'll come back.
We'll come back to you, Dwayne.
We're like pretty much at the end, but yeah.
We'll get back.
I purposely moved him like pretty much to the end. But here's
that's the other no-brainer for me. Right there.
I can't bring myself to put him in S off of the sheer fact he's always injured. You have to be on the ice. You're always injured. I can't put him in A off of that.
Facts. Odell Beckham Jr. is a great wide receiver.
And I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. He doesn't play. I can't put Coach Banks in S tier because
I put him.
You also have to talk about the overall story arc. Every single movie, Banks is the third most.
That mother effing cake eater.
Like he's the third most notable character in all 3 movies.
He's the third most notable kid, not the third most notable kid.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Arguably fourth, because Goldberg at times is more notable than Cody. So I can't put him in S tier. I really can't. You got to be on the court. He wasn't even nice enough to warn his friends, even though he knew about the prank in D3. I can't put Cody. I can't put
Adam.
God, I'm sorry.
Cody Banks would be.
Banks.
No,
But
Cody
I can't put
Go, yeah.
Banks in S tier for numerous reasons.
I mean,
I'm
I
with
the
you.
other day said I wouldn't put Banks in S tier, but then we were going over the players' numbers, and of the players' numbers, I remember off the top of my head, he is one of them. Like, he is integral to the plot of every movie. He like wins you over every time. You're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like you, kid, and then you like him in the end.
All right,
so
here's
I
what
feel like
I'll say this about Banks. I'm okay with putting him at the top of A for now, but if
Top of A, I will agree to. I
if
can't
we
put him
don't
in.
find a fifth person,
If our fifth person in S isn't as good, we'll swap.
yeah,
We still
Yeah,
haven't gotten to the
that's
Don't
fair.
Bother players yet. That's the thing, though. And there's multiple
Yeah.
people.
I have one Don't Bother who.
automatic S tier.
Right,
This
only
one's
one,
not a
yeah.
character, but we'll get to that. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about that.
Okay.
All right, next we'll keep Banks at the top of A. We'll circle back to it.
We're gonna circle back to Banks.
D.
Tammy is gonna go probably the top of. Yeah, I'd say top of
Top
D.
of D.
She was only in one movie.
Yeah, she's better than Carpenter brother.
Top.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do a rearrange real quick. 1 second.
I don't trust this at us.
Hey,
At all.
Juice,
No, not a rearrange.
I love
In our
Lego's love of
present.
Banks.
I gotta fix where I had Dwayne. Okay, we're good. All right, up next we have Goldberg.
Oh God, F.
Goldberg. Goldberg is a shitty goalie,
If
but
we're-
I do.
Oh,
Put it back.
do
in
not
West
put, do
Philadelphia,
not
born
put.
and raised.
He's a B.
Um,
He's a B. Don't
I
you
would
dare
put him
besmirch
at
the
a
name of
solid
Goldberg
C.
like that. Don't. No.
I'll say
Juice?
he goes B because of his relevance to the story.
He is an important character.
quite of the players in all three movies, by far the worst hockey player.
He's not a good hockey player.
Thank you.
But
Put him,
Because of
put
his
him above
relevance to
Lou
the
also.
story.
I gotta put him above Kenny Lou.
I don't know if he deserves to be above Lou.
He
for
I
deserves
mean,
story
it, bro.
perspective,
how many-
yes.
How many goals does Kenny Wu score? How many goals does Goldberg score?
I
We
believe
know
Kenny
Goldberg scores one.
Goldberg
Yes.
scores one, and Kenny, I think, scores 1 and 2 and 1 and 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Something like that. I wanted to make a funny point.
But the point, their production's not much different.
I mean, fair.
I accidentally
Who
made
does
a
it with
point.
such style?
I mean, everyone remembers Goldberg, but he is the
Yeah.
worst. Like,
he's a good character. He's very memorable.
but he is a terrible hockey
But
player. He
he's
never
so
belonged
bad.
on Team USA. Never belonged.
Right.
on Team
Hey,
They probably wouldn't have even needed. They wouldn't have even needed to be in the shoot off if they
Hold
just
on.
had Julie the whole time. It's the
Hold on.
goalie.
hold on.
Yeah.
In the world of sports, a win is a win. And what happened when they have Goldberg? They win.
won.
Right.
It doesn't
Goldberg
matter.
Well,
Yeah,
until
keep
they
him in.
lost that one game really bad, but then they still kept him in.
That was
They
that
both of them
loss was
because
on
he
the
got
entire
ejected.
team, though.
Right.
So
So
Fair.
I think it's fair.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, I love Goldberg.
Isn't
Well,
that
yeah,
dude running?
Goldberg was
I
better
probably
than
over them
player.
higher, but-
Or
Character, yes, he's a terrible
Yeah,
hockey
yeah,
player.
yeah.
Character,
right.
brings him up several levels. It's not like Averman, Averman's fun too, but he doesn't have the importance that Goldberg does.
Yeah. Goldberg has more.
Should we have him at top of B?
no, I'd still put.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'd still have
Well, I mean,
Connie
but-
above him. I'd have Connie above him. You
Yeah.
could argue in front of Portman.
He and Portman are pretty close, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's going to
It's
interchange.
close.
He's
That's
right?
what you
a
can
little
argue.
bit more memorable than Portman, but only by a little bit.
Swap him in
He's
Portman.
in all three movies. If you want to go by that,
By screen time.
by screen time, you might go Goldberg.
I
I
just
love
saw
Portman.
the Goldberg actor's mugshot, and oh boy, he is not going to be in Game Changers.
No, I actually was just watching a little video.
Hey, have you seen the picture of him in 2021? He does not look the same. That mugshot
No.
is
He's
a
gotten
couple
better.
years old. He
He's
looks a lot better. He's gotten his weight back. He's doing
Oh.
appearances.
Nice.
Yes.
I wish
Teeth
I could
again.
go back for him, Juice,
Yeah.
next,
Oh, yeah.
next player for us.
All right. Now
Oh, Yamcha tier. He is worthless. Guy Germain.
What's his name?
Guy Germain.
It's Guy.
It's Guy. It's Guy.
First of all, primarily going to F tier
like
because of
the
his
fourth
name.
best player on the team.
AJ, you just hate him because how he pronounces his name, but he's not a bad player.
He also, I mean, he's the useless guy who like doesn't have a lot of plot points.
He's there to be Connie's arm candy.
He is.
It's like role reversal. The girl is the arm candy, the guy's the arm candy, and he barely ever talks. Like
he has no
he's in all
development.
3 movies.
You hear his name and you're like, what the fuck did they just say? Yeah.
Like in the first movie, they keep saying like when they're like, who should take the shot? Like, and they're like, oh, Guy should take it, and
like,
Bombay says, no, Charlie should take it. Yeah, like it's just told that he's good.
Guy, I did like Guy's appearance in Game Changers. I was happy to see him.
It was the most character he had. He was in 3 movies, and like
probably the most lines he had.
Yeah, his 2-second screen time in the pizza place. That was the most.
Wait, he was in Game Changer?
No,
he was.
Maybe not. Maybe.
Well, I think I remember like there was
Connie are married. He and Connie are married. He is in Game Changers.
That's who it.
Yeah, that's Connie's husband.
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah.
Because I remember there being like one guy. I was like, what is that?
The most memorable thing I know about him is he's about to get to kiss Connie in the beginning of D2, and everybody they cock block him. He's like, "Come on, guys!"
Right. And I got an even bigger question. Now
I do have to point out real quick that I think I actually offended Lego by saying Yamcha tier. I'm so sorry for spitting straight facts.
Not wrong.
Like Yamcha is to Guy as Bulma is to Connie, like 100% for me.
So what I was going to say, we haven't gotten to Dwayne, and we're leaving Dwayne for a while, but. When Connie is being gunned for by the Iceland team, it is not Guy who attempts to save his girlfriend.
Dwayne.
It is Dwayne.
Which is another knock against him. Another knock against him.
F that guy. Am I right?
Man, he's not quite PLD tier because he hasn't done anything worthy of the PLD tier, but yeah, he's Guy.
Okay.
As long as we're all in agreement.
Agreement.
Hey.
All right.
Oh, wait, real quick, because I know we're getting towards the end of this for the original players. Have we made a decision on what I brought up earlier? Or do we have the 2 versions of Bombay?
Well, Bombay, regardless, will be at the end because we're doing all the adults last. So
the adults are going at the end, and
so
Dwayne.
we can figure that out as we.
All right, Terry Hall goes just after.
Can I put him in? Can I put him in Guy tier?
Yeah, he's above Peter, I think.
He's not.
It's Jesse Smollett, though.
I was just about to say Jesse Smollett is that him being Jesse Smollett is a huge knock against him already. I would put Guy at the top of the Guy tier, but shit.
No, Peter's the top of the Guy.
No, Peter can go die in a ditch.
Peter's
like he probably did.
Technically an F. I don't. If I add another row, it will throw the whole size of the screen off. But
I'm just saying, I would still put Guy above Peter. Personal preference.
Terry is probably the most forgettable character from the first. He's just Jesse's brother. That's literally all he is.
Right. I didn't even know. And even when I was like looking at the cast list after I watched D1, I saw Jesse Smollett. I was like, he was in that.
No, literally, because my girlfriend, she had never seen the Mighty Ducks period, and she wanted to watch she wanted to watch the show. I'm like, you don't get to watch the show until you finish all the movies. And I'm sitting there watching for the first time, like, is that Jesse Smollett? And I looked, I'm like, that is Jesse Smollett. What the fuck?
I saw his name in the opening credits, and I just went, wait, what the fuck?
Stop.
I don't know what you're thinking for Peter, but
Juice.
get the hell out of there.
Put him down a peg. Juice.
Peter's dangerously toying with PLD territory just because of Juice.
Yeah.
Right.
I never knew I had so many thoughts and feelings over Peter.
Who was I during the Schmodown tier? Who did I keep moving like up all the way to the top? I can't remember who it was.
Was it the Rays?
It might have actually been JTE, but I don't think it
It was
was.
JTE.
It
was JTE.
I think it was.
Because he didn't have his return yet, so everyone thought he was going to be like C or something. But all right. Anyways, I think we're at the new cast. Now, I do not recognize this kid at all. That's why I had him in the middle. I don't know where he is.
He's on the F tier.
That's one of the checkmates, I think.
Yep.
And they serve no purpose other than being there.
But I think they're kind of funny. I'm going to put them under D for jocks.
Is that from the new show? From the show?
Yeah.
He's a D. Yeah.
At the bottom of D.
Yeah. What they were like? They had their like one
make relief bet.
They get introduced, and that's about it.
That's it, right? Yeah.
I don't even think they play at any point.
No, right. I don't even remember.
They don't score any goals or anything.
They're not even in the.
Nick said everybody else had scored a goal except for me, and then.
Oh yeah, that's true. So I guess off screen the checkmate scored goals.
Yeah, well, like they aren't even in the bus. I don't even think they're on the bus. Like when they're all going to the States.
Yeah. They just don't have like any dialogue, really.
And is this one kid both of them?
No, there's two of them.
Hang on, I don't know if they're even both on here. Yeah, I think we just got. Oh wait, maybe. There's another kid
in the same spot anyway. So
okay, hang on. This is the other person I don't recognize. Maybe he's the other. How do I bring the screen back? Oh, I totally removed it. Okay. So then this kid is this the other one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's the other
younger one. Yeah.
Yeah, because the one's older, so that's the older one. And the younger one.
That's fair right there.
Perfect. D for jocks.
All right.
Poor Clary.
Where he belongs. Under Gee. What does that have to say about you?
All right.
I bet their names are pronounced or easier to pronounce. So.
All right, we got the Canadian kid.
I like this kid.
I love him serving up the pancake. I'm gonna put him at a solid.
I'm gonna put him in B.
I'm gonna put him in B. I would put Logan. He has great hair.
Yeah. I wouldn't put him over Averman.
Yeah, well, here I think what I agree with AJ on this because I know some of the names coming up do have to fill the higher tiers a little bit. There are a few, so maybe the top of C might be right.
Yeah, C for Canada. Oh, Canada. But also love that kid. He's great.
Adorable.
Yeah, I do like the kid. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Great intro. He comes in all confident, and then they get to the ice, and it's like I can't actually skate.
Deck down Toronto.
He might be worse than Fulton at skating at first, which is an accomplishment.
He's pretty bad. He's great though.
Okay, so above Aberman or below Aberman?
Aberman means a lot to the story.
Yeah,
so. We can
middle between him and Luis. Yeah.
All right.
I can't
remember her name.
I looked up her name earlier. It is hold on.
Kate. All I know is Kate.
Lauren Gibby.
And I think where you put her right now might be perfect.
Yeah, I think I like her a lot character-wise. She's not the best player, so I think she's a good solid C for Canada.
She is my second favorite part of Game Changers. So she is just the best.
Oh, she's a delight. She really is a delight.
Yeah.
So, with all respect, I will yield because I can't be partial because she's like a top 5 Mighty Ducks character for me already.
As we get more of the Game Changer characters out, we'll reassess.
Oh,
Is that the main kid?
That's Evan.
Evan, okay.
Evan's a solid A.
Yeah, I would put him.
I was just about to say, you better have him in A. I don't agree.
I put him between Jesse and Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's because he might go up higher as the series goes along.
Yeah, obviously a big part of this story. He does obviously have quite a bit of skill, so much that, Coach T was trying to scout him back.
Lauren deserves better than a C. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, I agree.
I like Lauren. I just feel like B is getting pretty full. I don't know. Would you put her at a B?
Here's the thing. You could argue all of the main characters we got in Game Changers deserve to be in B or higher, but that's also because of how much time we get to spend with them. They all get more episodes for the most part.
So as much in that as the 3 movies.
You have more time with them than movie characters. That's fair.
So
I feel like we should keep Lauren there for now.
For now, she could move.
We could reevaluate, but I feel like Evan for sure has to be an A. Obviously, he's the star of the new show.
I would put Lauren above Mendoza.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Character development.
The only thing keeping Evan from S is the fact that he considered going back to the Ducks.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. For a hot second there.
We lost Juice.
Juice, you are a tier person.
And somehow that grown ass man got a private meeting with a child. That's just we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, no, because Evan took the bus and got there and whatnot. So he did that on his lonesome. That's easy to do.
That's just there's not going to get into it.
Need ya. You're a tier person.
Quack, quack, Mr. Juice.
Quack,
quack, quack, quack, quack.
Quack, 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 quack.
We summoned him.
Oh, Juice.
Juice. All right, we're ready for our next one.
What do we got?
We're going to move Lauren up a little bit.
Gonna move her.
I'm trying to move the StreamYard screen. Hang on. Let me get over. There we go.
We're moving her in front of Mendoza. She's still staying C for now.
Yeah, she's going to stay Mendoza for sure.
Okay. And how are we with what's his face? Evan.
That's
right there.
Right there.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think right there is good for him right now.
I would say he's definitely, sorry, no offense, Julie, but he's definitely more important than Julie, but it's hard to rank him above, obviously.
It's not hard to rank. There's a very solid argument and strong argument to be had to rank him above Jesse, but for now, because it's only one season.
That's
right.
true.
We'll see come season 2. I feel like after season 2, he could be S tier after season 2.
He might be.
We'll see. We'll see how he rolls.
I'd have Peter above him, but that's just me. All right. What's her
Sophie.
Sophie. She's a damn good player. She has a lot of heart. And she didn't want to let
She's Adam Banks. She's Adam Banks. If you're going to put Banks in A, you got to put her in A.
Yeah, I think
I'd put her right next to Evan.
Yeah, I put her over Julie the Cat.
Yeah, I think
she's top
tier right to me
for sure. She's great.
She's got a great, the whole storyline with her parents, big character arc, with the injury at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, lots going on. I like her a lot. She's definitely one of the best.
Also, can I just say, I'm gonna give. I think Evan is good where he is, but I would just like to circle back to him and how he has potential for S tier when he is the first person to basically lay down his stick, so he's quote unquote the one forfeiting. Like that's S tier level shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, carry on.
Nearly leaving again for the Ducks.
True. But I think at the end he realized his team is what's most important, and he showed a lot of heart there.
In that vein, with Keenan's character, what's his name?
Russ Tyler.
Russ. I love the moment when Charlie when Banks is able to play again, and they're like, sorry, the roster full, and how quickly Russ is willing to give his stick back. I don't really. This is yours. Yeah. Take it back. I thought that was a really cool moment. But anyway,
Right. Those are good kids.
I just saw these movies 3 days ago. I'm still processing all this stuff. I love it so much.
All these kids are good kids. Just one of them has a really stupid fucking name.
Peter's not a good kid.
Yeah, fuck you, Peter. I'm sure he's fine.
Scumbag.
All right. Next player.
Oh, I love this kid. I love him. He's one of the best.
Koob is a B. Koob is a solid B.
I love him. He loves show tunes. He's a good goalie.
You can't say Goldberg's a bad goalie and then say Koob's a good goalie. They're the same person.
He's teachable.
He's teachable. So here, I will say Koob is a B. I put him literally in front of Portman right next to Goldberg. I said this on my show the other day, or on my show on Sean's show the other day. Koob is really the anti-Goldberg. Goldberg really out there personality. Doesn't shut his mouth. Koob more introverted, but still same type of play. The same player on the field and on the ice, and the exact opposite off the ice, and that's what I really loved about Koob's character. So,
and here's the thing: by the end of the season with Koob, he's been coming out of his shell, and he's doing just fine.
Yeah,
I love
the national anthem.
Yeah, I forgot about
his show. He won me over with that.
Yeah, the show tunes. I forgot about the
episode. I knew. He won him over with his. He doesn't want to have to put on real pants.
Yeah, not putting on pants. I was like, "Yep, this kid, I like this kid."
I love that kid. He's great.
That's fantastic. Yeah, like I looked away. Like I when they were singing the national anthem, I was doing something over here, and then I'm like, oh, whoever's singing the national anthem is a beautiful voice. Who's singing? And I'm like, oh, it's Koob.
So I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching the finale. I'm like, I forgot that Koob can sing.
Yeah.
Just in the time since that episode, and I was like, oh yeah, he did sing.
Yep.
Yeah, he was singing a little Wayne Mids for us earlier in the season.
Yeah.
All right.
I like Cooper. Yes.
Next player.
Oh, same.
This is tough because personally,
He's the X Factor.
I want to put him as a B, but realistically, I know he because out of all the kids, he was probably given the least, or the kids we got to spend time with, he was probably given the least to work with. But in those games, he towards the end in the finale, he played really well. So this is just a tough one for him.
I loved his X Factor episode. I really, I feel he really, I like him. He's
the one who put them over the edge to have enough players.
Yeah,
true.
I mean, and I said this again on Sean's show. To me, he's the Russ Tyler of this show.
And as time goes on, he's got potential to really.
Yeah, I think they're gonna.
I like where he is right next to Lauren. That's.
I feel like he probably, as of right now, if we're gonna put Lauren and Logan, I feel like all three of them got about the same amount of character development. So I feel like that's probably a fair spot for him.
Yeah, I agree. If you want, I can read over this list again, Mike, of what kids were wearing the Ducks numbers real quick.
Oh yeah. That's it.
So Evan, of course, was wearing Charlie's. You had Sam was wearing Russ's. Nick was wearing Averman's. I wonder why. Lauren was wearing Connie's. Sophie was wearing Adam Banks.
Yep.
Injured and a great player. Logan was wearing Kat's. Maya was wearing Woo's. One of the Czechs was wearing Guy Germain. The other one was wearing Fulton, which that pissed me off. And Koob was wearing Goldberg.
Yeah, that's a weird choice to put one of them in Fulton. I actually think Sam would be more appropriate for Fulton than one of the Czechs, but
I could see that, but with the potential to grow into Russ and having Russ-like moments already.
Yeah, I think I see he's like a good mix between Russ and Fulton so far. We'll see how it goes. But I see both of those in him a little bit.
A little bit of Mendoza, too, because he's...
yeah, that's true.
A little bit of Mendoza, too.
All right.
Yeah.
Next.
All right. Here he is.
Oh, here we go.
S-tier.
Yes.
Yes.
He is an average player, but this is a podcast, and of course we're going to rank the podcaster the highest.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the best characters.
I love this kid from the second he came on
I love
screen.
him so much. The best lines every episode. He's got the heart.
He's so self-aware, too. Mm-hmm.
He did score a goal before the Canadian.
And you got so excited when he scored a goal.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, my brother likes the Mighty Ducks movies. He didn't watch. He was so resistant to watching this show at first, and for the first few episodes, Nick was the only reason he watched it.
Yeah.
Nick is so good. He is so quality. I love him trying to invite Evan over for a sleepover. I just love that.
I love that kid quicker than I loved any of the original Ducks. I saw the original one in theaters, and I had to, this is 25 years later, and not sorry, 20 years, almost 20 years later, and I found more connection with this kid, who I'm age-wise so much disconnected with than I did when I was their age when the movie came out. So I love this kid.
I love his overbearing moms. I love him. Everything about that kid is great. He's fantastic.
Yeah, just he's in the right place right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's here.
Biggest sweetheart. Yeah.
I love that kid.
Brandy was ready.
Yeah.
Brandy was ready.
There's no way we couldn't put him S tier. He's fantastic.
It's my boy right there.
Yeah.
My boy.
You could argue at how out there and just hilarious he is for the PLD tier. You could argue it just for that reason alone.
Yeah, he's got in the first couple episodes, whenever his line about I have a body or a face for podcasting or something like that. Yeah, like what you're saying with how self-aware he is.
He's like, I just have a mask.
Right. Yeah, you've got that.
And the big speech at the big speech at the end. I was afraid to play hockey because I thought I'd suck. Turns out I'm average.
I love that. I like that he's realistic with it. Yeah, Nick, you are average.
It's
Brandy,
it's like Averman meets Bobby Hill.
That's a really good description. I like that.
Brandy, I don't know. I just the more I know about you, the more I love you, and I think we just became best friends because Joshua Jackson, Charlie Conway.
The other thing
we'll talk.
The other thing about Nick, you got to be a good student, right? I'm a B- student at best. Why does everyone think I'm gonna?
Yeah. You got that school thing going for you. At least.
I love him and the snack stand girl. I just he's great. I can't.
There is never a time that Nick is not on screen. That he's on screen. That you're upset that he's on screen.
He legitimately has the best line of every episode. He's great.
Yes.
All right, choose. Hit us to the next one.
Yeah.
Maya.
What's her name?
Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put here.
She has to go next to.
She doesn't have to go next to Lauren, but she's on the same tier. I'd still put Sammy above her.
Yeah.
Their story is so intertwined.
I'm okay with Mendoza being above her, honestly.
Also, no, I'm not. And here's why. I think she has great character development, considering that she's the snobby, popular girl at the beginning. And now, her and Lauren are besties, and she's willing to stand up in the locker room and admit to that. That's good character development. I think
agree.
She goes above Mendoza.
Granted, she also for a split second there, she chose a guy over her gal. So that's the only thing I can have to answer.
That was a little bit cheaper. But at the end of the day, she went back to Lauren and she admitted that they're best friends in the locker room, and she's had some good character development, even though she did have that small slip up. You are correct.
That was a great arc, though.
Yeah, that was.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Who we got next?
I think we've come to a close.
Dwayne! Oh my God, Dwayne.
Dwayne goes on the PLD tier.
Oh, he's 100% on the PLD tier.
I will say that he is the most important person on that tier. I love the hell out of Dwayne.
Who's talking right now?
There's no way that Dwayne would wear his mask into a Costco.
No, he wouldn't.
But Dwayne, first of all, saves the other dude's girl.
Peter off the PLD tier.
Get Peter out of the PLD tier.
But yeah, Dwayne, arguably, probably the most talented hockey player, at least puck handling of the bunch.
You said he wouldn't wear a mask into a Costco. I argue differently, sir, because he believed in sticking up for a woman.
Okay.
Touche. I don't know.
I work at a Costco, so hey.
But he might be more progressive than we think.
He assaulted an international guest with a weapon during a hockey game.
In defense of a woman. You stand up for a lady's honor.
He only got 2 minutes for that, too. He didn't even get ejected. He just got 2 minutes
for a fucking international incident.
He hog-tied.
Listen, I love Dwayne. I'd put him. You know what? You want to put him in PLD? That's fine. But I'm here I'm here to reason that Dwayne might be A quality.
He is an A tier character for me.
Today, PLD represents A tier for today.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm willing to
A
put
tier
him
with
in
an asterisk.
He's not in Jeff tier. It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff. We need to add Jeff tier because there's a couple
we
people.
cannot add any more
There are
here.
a few people who belong in Jeff tier.
First letter of Jeff is Gee. So
yeah, it is. Hey! I do not love that kid.
He's a showboat, and he assaults international guests.
That's fine. It's totally fine. Next character.
All right. I think we're at the adults now.
Yes, we are.
So we got the coach of D3.
He's tough to rank.
D for Ducks.
D or C.
Yeah.
I'd say C once you get to know him and
Right at the end of the movie.
But
you see that he actually was just trying to get the best out of his players and make sure they grow, and like he's a really good coach actually, and for that I would say C.
Yeah.
The scene
Above Mendoza.
his daughter and stuff, that always
All that two-way talking, though. I don't know.
With how much is in C, maybe top of D.
I think we got to
Or
move up some
above
game
Mendoza.
changers, kids.
Before
Is Mendoza about to drop to D?
He might be
Because I feel like
Mendoza might be
sorry,
D.
Mendoza, I love you, but
Yeah.
he might be top of D.
I say
for Ducks.
5 max for S, 6 max for
well, you can't do that because of how many people there are still left.
maybe
So that's-
7. Let's do 7.
Yeah, 7. But I still think Mendoza's going to end up moving. So hey,
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I'm good with Orion.
Charlie's mom.
What is this?
I love it.
PLD. I don't know.
PLD.
Not a good hockey
I
player.
thought she was dead the whole second. Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm
Just,
confused as to how you got to that.
Okay, so this is what.
Oh no! Okay, we're good.
If it was a
We're good,
blank
we're good.
slate, I swear.
We just have to roll back the YouTube footage in 5 minutes.
Like, you don't love to hate her.
I mean, she
However,
is a
I know.
hockey mom. She's a good mom. She doesn't play hockey.
so here,
yeah, I'd put her there.
she talks. She and here's what annoys me. It never sat right with me that Bombay kind of was making the moves on her, and I love that she called him out on it.
Yeah.
And Bombay is doing the same thing with Evan's mom.
Okay, that's his move. That is his move. It's looking up at his mom.
But
He likes it.
because of how much of an emotional compass she was for Bombay, I'm willing to put her in PLD tier because
I'd put her top of D. Or we could put PLD as a placeholder spot too.
PLD is a good spot for her.
The PLD tier is about to get crowded.
No, I don't think it'll get crowded.
Yeah, what if it comes out that like the real reason the Bombay was kicked out of the NCAA was because he was hitting on players' moms?
You want a scholarship?
Probably.
You get a scholarship.
She's PLD tier. Leave
All right. Okay.
PLD
next.
is a kind, nurturing soul.
Wait, let's save him for the end. Let's save him for the end.
So this motherfucker can go in D tier or D or F tier.
Oh, which one is he?
The Hawks coach from D1.
Oh yeah.
Put him in D or D.
Some of the best lines, though.
I don't care. He's a dick.
He is solid.
You're not even a has-been. You never was.
Is it Coach Riley?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Riley, PLD tier. He's great.
No.
You're the only one who's saying PLD tier. You're the only one saying PLD.
PLD tier.
Yeah, look at that collar pop. How do you not love
Coach Riley is the PLD of the Mighty Ducks series.
That's a lie. If anything, no. You'll see. We got the PLD coming up. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think the PLD is coming up, but he's definitely PLD tier.
All right, and
Is that Wolf the Dentist Stanton?
Oh,
F, Gee, whatever you want to call it.
He's a Gee tier. He's Gee.
he
goes above Terry.
Above Geezer, man.
He goes above Terry.
Everyone goes above Terry. That goes
He
above
does not
Terry.
go above Gee. He does not go above Gee.
Just above Terry.
Yeah,
Just
put
above
him
Terry.
behind. Put
Put
him
him behind
behind.
Gee, you
Fine.
graduated.
oh, Bungie, yeah.
It's his tier. I feel like he should be.
Screw you,
first.
Terry.
Put him at the top. Justin's just refusing to put him at the top because he wants Peter so much.
This is a weird thing.
Justin, do the
Peter's-
right thing.
Peter's
Peter
my
is at
favorite
the top
character.
of G tier. It doesn't matter.
Well, if you even out, with me wanting him at the top of S.
I didn't think you were mad for Peter. You just like messing with us. All right.
Alright. Okay, what do we got next?
Use that all the time. I love it.
This
That's going up there with the
guy, one of the old guys that I can't remember who they
Huh?
are.
Is that
Hans and Franz.
Hans? That's Hans, I think.
Right, yeah, that's Hans. Yeah.
Hans is a
Hans is great. Yeah.
Hans is a B. You got him right there, perfect with a B.
Yeah.
I like Hans and A.
I think Hans is an A.
I like Hans and A.
Or yeah, that is it. Yeah.
Hans, speaking of heart, like Hans is the whole he's like the heart. He's the heart of the Mighty Ducks.
It's tough because it'd be one thing if it was only him who did what he did, but his brother played the exact same role.
But not as memorable.
But yeah,
And then they
he's not-
both left like
Stuff to
Like,
word that
really-
ruins his life.
yeah, decrepit real
So
estate.
for
in
that
this
reason,
game.
you have to put both of them
So-
at least B. Neither of them can go in A.
glaring structural problems in the real estate that they left to their favorite young protege. So yeah, they get knocked out a couple pegs there posthumously. Jesus Christ.
Come on, he was in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey too, so you should move on a little bit.
Oh.
But it's not That's not Hans. The
Right.
one we're talking about. So all right.
All right.
All right, what do
Does
we
have
think?
some famous eggs.
Jan, Hassenpfeffer, and eggs.
All right, let's.
All right.
She's A.
Gilmore Girls.
She's an A.
She's got
Lauren
there.
Graham being Lauren Graham. Yeah, I'm gonna put her A.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I'd put her above Julie.
Yeah,
Yep, she's
that's
a
fair.
Julie.
Yeah, that's about right.
Like she could be an S tier character, but she came up with the name Don't Bothers for a team name. So
Listen, I love
It was
that.
because of her meme. She became a meme, and she
owned it.
reclaimed it. She reclaimed it. She made it a thing of pride. So
yep.
hey,
I think she's good where she is.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Oh yes, this guy.
Oh, that's a
I'm
PLD.
leaning in.
that's a PLD tier.
Definite PLD.
No,
Very good. Well, right behind
Right
Dwayne.
behind Dwayne.
no.
Right up behind Dwayne.
Oh yeah. Oh
he
yeah.
goes right below Wolf, man. He is like when this was on at the same time as Falcon and Winter Soldier, and people were like, wow, new captain has such a punchable face. Like, are you watching Game Changers?
Yeah.
That is the most
People
punchable
though in Game
face.
Changers that have some of the best lines. It's like him and Nick.
Yeah.
He definitely has some good lines.
He's like so sincere in his douchiness. Like
Yeah.
he believes
Oh,
all
gosh.
of the things
Yeah,
coming
he's
out of his
sincerely
mouth.
an
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just got that frat boy
Oh,
attitude. You just want to. Oh,
I could
He
have
was
like
so
the
mad
way
when he
he
thought that they were
talks.
making him go soft, and I was like, "No, he's got ulterior motives." And sure enough, he
Yeah.
did. I was like, "No way, that guy's ever gonna be anything."
You cannot
but
do
Nick."
this with this dude.
Yeah,
the
like-
way he just talks is just.
Well, I could have sworn
Maybe-
I'd seen him in something, and he, like, I looked through his whole filmography. I've seen him in nothing. Like, but he's that like good at just being a douchebag. You
He's
think
got
you've
that kind
seen
of face.
You think he's the douchebag you've seen. You know, that's been there your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh wait, actually,
That was the first time that this tier is actually
No,
used the first name of PLD.
no.
are you doing over here?
He put PL douche for a minute. It's just like, what?
Yeah.
All right. This is the living embodiment of PLD. If he doesn't go into PLD,
that's Duck himself, right? Mr.
No, that's
Duckling
Tibbles.
or whatever.
that's Tibbles.
Who's Tibbles?
Tibbles is the ambassador of the Goodwill Games.
And Hendrick Sports.
Hendrick
Hendrick Hockey.
Oh yeah.
That is
Right.
PL. There's an argument to be made that he goes above Dwayne because of how PLD he is.
I didn't think anyone was going above Dwayne in that tier, but you might be right now.
I can concede that.
He goes above Dwayne. He goes above Dwayne. I'm sorry.
Above Dwayne?
He's going above Dwayne because that is a living embodiment of PLD.
No, we're gonna get Paul to watch this.
I might get fired after tonight.
We're gonna screenshot this and post it. See how people react.
I think he's in some good company. Some very interesting characters.
We have to tag Dylan and Nat and say, hey, say Subway. Take a look at that.
Is it too late to add a Subway on here?
Oh god.
Subway S tier.
No, don't bring it back. Don't bring it back.
So, all right, who we got next?
Next.
All right. We got
Done.
The
Yeah,
not as memorable as his brother.
He's not good.
He's not as good as Hans.
He's more than the Czech
I might
kids.
put him. I put him above Tommy.
Oh yeah.
Right there. Right there's good.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You're gonna put him behind. All right. Yeah.
I don't want to go to school anymore.
It's like when James Remar played Raiden. That's what we're getting into with him.
No. We're not going to talk about that.
That's. It's just a recast that did not work out.
It's not even a recast. It was, hey, we can't get this other guy, so let's just rewrite his part and say it's his
Suddenly
brother.
has a brother.
Yep. So
They're both very into hockey, I guess. Who knows? Next.
Then we got technically three more, in my opinion.
All right, and then
Okay.
the tutor.
What her? Like seriously?
Ooh.
I-
I think she's the one who bumps Mendoza to the D tier.
Really?
I think.
You're putting her in Canada.
Yeah. I think so. She's great.
She's the one. Like she plays. We talked about putting Charlie's mom. We keep talking about in this stuff emotional compasses, this, that, and the other. She was the one to snap Gordon back into doing what's right and basically saying, "You fucked up. You're fucking up, and you need to get back to who you were and what got you this job to begin with." And for that alone, you have to put her above Mendoza. So.
I also really like it in her speech when she talks about how America is basically a teenager. That always stuck with me for some reason and helping me understand how young our country is.
And then the other thing is like she made me think all throughout high school, why don't my teachers look like her?
Oh.
We can rename A tier Adam tier for you, Lego. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Good call. I thought she was the second April O'Neil from the 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie for like while I was watching it. Then when I looked up the cast after, it was like that's somebody else. But yeah.
She's good. She's got some good heart in G2. I'll give her that. Sad that we didn't get to know her too much, but she's pretty good.
And this is the one where we have to have conversation.
Are we at Pompeii?
I made a argument before this started that we need to have two Bombays represented because Bombay in the original 3 films is a completely different Bombay than what we get in the show.
There's a through line. Gordon Bombay is a fucking maniac.
Yes. There is a through line. I'm not denying it. There is without a doubt a through line. Mm-hmm. But a Gordon Bombay we get while we see shades of the original from that original trilogy and Game Changers, we may get those shades, but he still feels like a somewhat different character, molded by how life has treated him after he made this rise.
Like Luke in Last Jedi.
Yes,
but I think somehow less controversial.
Yes.
Yeah, no one was complaining about how this ruined their childhood. Thank God.
So because ultimately he still has the same arcs. The other reason is the Game Changers version of Bombay causes problems going forward with the precedent that's being set. And I brought this up on Sean's show. This is something they're gonna have to address in season 2. Gordon's ban affects him as a coach, as we saw in the second to last episode.
Right.
But also, it probably affects international play. This team is now going to get scouts coming to look at him. He won't even be able to assistant coach.
Right.
So they need to figure that out. So there's a reason I separate these two in my head. Like this Gordon is without a doubt S tier, right behind Charlie. But I would say if I were to win the argument that there deserves to be 2 Gordons, you have one in S and one in A.
And then Los Angeles Gordon, who's absolutely D tier.
Yes, Los Angeles.
He's PLD tier.
No.
He's right with Tibbles.
I feel like I don't know. I'm okay with putting. Obviously, I'm okay with putting Bombay in S tier because you don't have the mighty Ducks on Bombay. But I feel like he is still one, no matter back then or today. I think he's S tier.
No,
we don't have room for him in S tier. You know,
get Peter out of S tier, you motherfucker.
I would say he's behind Nick.
Yeah.
No. You have to put him in between Fulton and Charlie. That's perfect place for Bombay.
Yeah, because there is no Ducks without Bombay.
Yeah, I think he's higher. I think he's
that's
by Charlie
correct.
and Fulton. Yeah.
Without his countless DUIs, without his.
And as I said, Russ stays where he belongs. The S tier, motherfucker.
I feel good about this. Dwayne and PLD, Charlie top dog. Obviously, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Fuck you, Josie Smollett.
We're Josie Smollett. Sorry. You should have been more memorable in these movies. Peter, I barely knew ye. The checks, I hope to get to know more about you soon. Little Canadian Logan, I love you. You have great hair. Hope to get to learn more about you. And Sam. Some more Sam in season 2.
What is the Galt's issue with lowering Fulton for Bombay? There's no series without Bombay. He's literally an educated version of Buttermaker from Bad News Bears.
Now I will say,
Yeah, he's literally a template of somebody else.
Overall,
I said educated version.
In the entire Mighty Ducks universe now, Bombay has the most screen time. But in the original trilogy, Fulton did have more screen time because Bombay wasn't in 3 that much. But the whole first movie,
actually, if I remember correctly, because of all the first 2 movies primarily focus on Bombay. He has the most screen time out of anyone in the entire trilogy, just based off of his 2 leading roles in those movies and the little bit he had in the third.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say, Bombay. He's Bombay.
It doesn't matter if District 5 existed pre-Bombay. At the end of the day, they weren't the Ducks. They are the Ducks because of
Still alive.
Yeah. I did love the homage of saying D5 on the jersey and the ice house at the end of season 1.
Well, that was on the original jersey, though.
I know, but it just made me happy that they put it on the new version. I love a little District 5 homage. Yeah, I feel good about that list.
It doesn't sound like they do it by districts anymore. It sounds like you just go to whichever one you want, or whichever one will have you.
There's no redrawing the lines now, is there? Also, how the Mighty have fallen, the Hawks, kind of
garbage,
evidently. So,
all right. I will only be happy if we swap Peter and Charlie's mom.
No.
Can that be the one? Can I be?
No.
I think if we keep Charlie's mom in the PLD tier, if we swap that back, we have five full personalities that combine 2 PLD's personality.
No, you have one personality and 4 extras because Mr. Tibbles covers the entire thing.
Dibbles is awesome.
Where is the polar bear wearing the sunglasses? I would like to rank him. Thank you. Can we put him on the ranking? No, damn it.
Well,
Are there any characters you think that should be on this tier list that were not on it? Because we didn't make this. This was just found. I think if I had made it, I probably would have added. I mean, you got to have Charlie's dad in there. Or not Charlie, Evan's dad, the rock and roller. That like,
Oh man,
if you were to put him on there, you have to put the Iceland tutor on there. I think
Terry might not be
the Iceland tutor. Yeah. Or
I say someone, even though it's a small role, someone who deserves to be on here. Russ's brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the trainer from Iceland too. She had enough of a role, but
she caused a big riff. Yeah.
I thought the Hawks, or not the Hawks players, the Warriors players.
Oh yeah.
All good.
Like the dollar store.
Dad, he would get S tier for me. I love him.
Never forget, Abraham was a warrior. Abraham from Walking Dead was a warrior.
Yeah. Dollar store Biff Tannen from the Warriors.
That's the same person.
Girlfriend for wanting the Warriors to change their name.
Pantera. She liked Pantera.
And she liked Pantera. Which thankfully, they did. They changed it to the Ducks. So all's well that ends well.
Bombay did.
It's true. And that's why he's S tier.
Even the duckling guy, like the actual duck guy himself from The Offer.
Ducksworth. Yeah,
Ducksworth. I mean,
I thought you were talking about the mascot.
The
actual little duck guy.
The limo driver.
I feel like the Ducks mom, Alex's boss, should be on there for the adults.
Ooh.
Oh, Stephanie, yes. Good character development there. I liked her a lot.
And I said this the other day on Sean, so I'll say it here. She's going to have her kids be Ducks next season. It just makes sense. Because I have a feeling we're just going to lose the checkmates, and they're going to bring over
some of the other Ducks. Yeah. Trevor, come on down. The price is right.
Well, it just makes sense. They need 2 more players to have the legal standards. And on top of it, she'll want to get her kids away from that coach. She sees that the way of the new Ducks works because it's the way of the old Ducks, and they're competitive. But technically, in her mind, they will be the state champions, even though the former Ducks have the trophy technically.
Yeah.
So,
true.
And seeing kids where she probably wants to loosen them up a bit.
Yeah. Oh, especially now that the parents are splitting, like she can might be more parenting and I liked her by the end.
Yeah,
Great art.
She's been PLD tier.
Yeah, she would have. She might have been B tier.
So, any final adjustments?
Yeah.
No, I think this
excluding Peter.
I feel good about this list. Charlie Conway, top dog as he should be. This is a 96 for life appreciation podcast. This has been the wraparound.
The wraparound.
Mary Jo, Terry, wherever you are, the father, if not the terrible.
Ooh, I like Legault's poll. She said David Selby, the principal/dean from D3, is underrepresented.
Ooh.
Yes, because he was a fan of the Ducks and he wanted what they brought to the school.
Yep.
Yeah. And thank you, Lego, for all that.
Lego, you had
the comments. That was fantastic.
You had some good thoughts.
Very good insight.
Some hot takes and some good thoughts. I would say
as usual, you're smarter than most of us.
That's true.
Yeah.
All.
I was going to at least let Bethany be above, but they're in the same tier.
Well, it'll be the next tier list. All right.
All right, quack.
We should do
every character from The Simpsons ever.
Nope, that's a lot. All right, everybody, let's do it. On 3, put in your hands. We're gonna quack out of here. Okay. Wait, hold on. Matt's got
a plug first.
Yeah, Matt has a plug.
So you can find me over on the Who Are They Real or What Real Entertainment Network on YouTube. Next Saturday, we're actually just doing a hangout / celebration stream because we hit 250 subscribers. That is Saturday, June 12th. You'll have myself. Hey, look who's here! My boss. Oh shit.
Thank you. I appreciate the praise.
You enjoy your tier, PLD.
You got some good people in it.
Some.
How you doing, Mr. Tubbles? But no, you can come hang out with us, the entire Watt crew, myself, Chris Anthony Lopez, Taylor Cleek, my co-founder, best friend and partner, Nick Mulbach, Shug, who recently just joined us in the last couple months, and Toby Barkwell and everybody there. And we just want to hang out, have a good time, and thank everyone who's helped us on this journey the past year or so.
Awesome.
Yeah, fantastic, man.
All right, everyone. Quack, quack, quack on 3.
Yep.
Right. Let's do this.
Quack.
Quack.
Quack,
Quack.
quack,
Quack.
quack,
Quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack,
quack, quack.
Look at you.
Go.